Yes, and we're on. Yes. I'm sure a lot of people have been waiting, excited for another Andy Ace 83 stream. Hello everybody in the chat. Don't talk all at once, please. Okay, so I'm late because it's Easter, as you know, very important holiday for us Christians, you know. We are not godless. And you know, this is a time where we remember why Christ died for our sins. That is correct. And to celebrate this great holiday, we of course have the bunny. Here you go. And to spice it up a bit, I decided to, you know, be here myself. So you can see me here. Although I'm not going to use it that much. I'm probably just going to use this one. Mostly. But you know, it's interactive. People like interactive. That's important. Visual representations. But you know, I decided I'm a little bit late. So I started to stream right now. But I think I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee because it takes a while to make this, you know. It takes a while to make the stream, set it up. I'm using the TV room or whatever you want to call it, and it's not rigged up for streaming. And so every time I make a live stream here, I have to rig it up with a computer. And then a little DubbleX that goes into the Xbox. You know, I was decided going to show you my Xbox, but then I decided not to because you know there is a problem here with self-doxing. But you know, the Xbox, I connected the Xbox. Here you go. You can see the Xbox now. Lots of cables, and then a little DubbleX needs electricity, so I have to connect it to the. I'm gonna turn down the volume a bit here. I hope there is game audio here. It was working earlier, but you know, surprise, surprise, it doesn't work anymore. Now it is working. Okay. Excellent. Yes. Yes, it should be working. I also should be here. Yes, I should be here. So I'm gonna turn on the bunny cam again. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee. That's what I was trying to do. And afterwards we're gonna play the game called Planscape. This is the one. Planscape Torment. Explore strange worlds, assemble a band of bizarre companions, and all of those things. And talk about you know, Dungeons and Dragons, all those things. I have a history with it. As you can see on my main screen, I added the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons logo. Because this game, Planscape and all those things, that was part of the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And I played a little bit of that. Not a lot, but a little bit of that. And we could talk a little bit about that too. Wouldn't that be fun? I also have another of those games. I bought 3 Dungeons and Dragons games. The other one being Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2. We're gonna have a look at that quickly. Here you go. The same people who made it. Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. should check on the audio gonna make a cup of coffee. Hopefully you will stick around. We have a chat where people can voice their opinions and their grievances. The audio, man, it's too much echo. Turn down the volume of the television screen, for sure. It's probably going to get on the mic. So yeah, grievances, you can say that here, and I also have it on the bunny chat, bunny screen, so you can say stuff there too. Although it looks kind of awful. Yeah. Let me just correct a little bit here. Here we go. This looks a little bit better. So you can write your comments here, and I will write back well, after I made myself a cup of coffee, because I really felt the point was I had done a lot of work to rig up this thing, and then someone I knew was going to call me today called me, and I just felt like all the air went out of the balloon. So, you know, I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee and you can watch the bunny. That was a cute bunny, huh? Do something for the audience! Hello. I'm back. And not only did I get myself a cup of coffee, I also got a cup of chai. Chai latte. Because I learned from that Spider-Man movie that is chai means tea. So you're not supposed to say chai tea latte. You're supposed to say chai latte. See, you can learn something sometimes from pop culture. Also, I will be enjoying these Anton Berg's Mandelegg, which should be the right thing for Easter. Yes. How are you holding up over there, Bunny? Are you having a good time? Enjoying life? Yes, you are. Great. No. Really good. Also, coffee. So what do you guys in the chat think about that Crowder thing, huh? Louder with Crowder thing? Got an opinion on that? How's about that Candace Owen and Daily Wire, huh? Interesting. Let's talk about that in the chat. No. Let's just... No, not managed game. Quit game and then start Planscape again. There we go. My experience was that the audio of the game was a little bit too loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. If people got something to say, feel free to say it here. I'll try to pay attention. Okay, so we're not gonna play Icewind Dale. This game I got from my wife. She saw me enjoying Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2, which I clocked around 10 days on now, and I think I bought it on sale around the time Baldur's Gate 3 came out. And originally I actually think I was going to play Baldur's Gate instead of this, because I haven't actually played this yet, and I'm not finished. I like to finish a game before I start another game. I think I talked about that in earlier streams, and you guys are probably paying attention to my streams, right? I like to finish games before I start a new one. Just like books, I don't read three books at a time. I guess I could have read like a fiction book and a non-fiction book at the same time, because they are like not related. Fiction is... I think I would lose track of the different fictional universes I entered, if that makes sense. But it also has to be focused, you know. I can't focus. I can't spend a lot of time focusing on one thing while at the same time focus on 4 other things, right? So usually when I play games, I play it on one game, and the other games I'm playing, it would be games I already played, right? Things I'm familiar with, and usually non-story related games, right? So already finished or on non-story related. So yeah, that's that. Okay. While we are watching the cutscene for this game, I'm probably gonna turn off the mic and put up the volume. So expect a little bit of quiet time. Should we read aloud what it says here? Planscape Torment. How many times I said tournament? Torment. Enhanced edition. You are the Nameless One, a hulking figure covered in scars and tattoos collected over the course of countless lives. None of which you can remember, but are now coming back to haunt you. You awaken in a mortuary, surrounded by the dead, and embark on an adventure from the dirty streets of Sigil into the depth of hell itself. Soon you will discover that some destinies cannot be escaped, and some memories are greater burdens than an even. There is a spelling error. It's not actually me who have a reading disorder. It's written wrong. And some memories are greater burdens than even an immortal can bear. That "and" should be there. That's why I got confused. So this is NDA's 83. Resume life, select life, new life. Alter senses, the abyss. I don't know what all these things mean. Okay, I guess it's back. Okay, I get it. Alter senses, that's options. Start a new campaign, load game. Okay. Well, as you can see, I haven't played it. But yes, so we're gonna go for new life. I'm gonna turn off the mic to see the cutscene. Scary, huh? So I'm gonna turn down the volume a little bit and then we can talk about this game. And all the other games I'm currently playing, roller skate and stuff like that. I am. They say this is like one of the most intelligent games ever made. That's what they're saying, and who am I to disagree? And they're saying it's one of the most intelligent games out there, and I haven't played it at all. But I'm old enough to actually remember it being released back then they didn't have a lot of gaming chats and stuff like that. What am I saying? Gaming magazines. They did of course have some, but you know, it wasn't like now where you get constantly bombarded with game news throughout the internet. Back then, if you wanted to learn about games, you had to buy magazines to learn about games, and I didn't. But I do remember that noticing this game and wanting to play it. Yeah, I noticed the game and I wanted to play it. But I didn't. That's one of the things I actually notice is like when I see videos, game videos and stuff like that made from people who know what they're talking about, and they sometimes refer to their childhood. It seems like they have a hell of a lot of money to spend on games. I couldn't afford every game I had. I wanted. I couldn't afford every game I wanted. So yeah, I felt it weird. It feels weird when they like talk about all these games they played on their PlayStation. I didn't even own a PlayStation. I didn't own any console except Super Nintendo. I had a Nintendo back in the old days, and then my cousin got a Super Nintendo, so I tried it and I got to play it. I even borrowed the console for a while, I think. But I didn't have the Super Nintendo, and I did not have most of the consoles. I bought like the GameCube, because you know I hadn't taken notice of Resident Evil games, and I wanted to get into that. So I bought the GameCube mainly to play all the Resident Evil games because they were released on the GameCube. And then I was like 20 or something. No, yeah, 20 or something. Yeah, I think I was like that. I was 20. I could afford it, and I actually remember that this was in the early 2000s, and back then it's still a little bit weird for people to be childlike and play video games when you're in your 20s. It's true. So I bought the GameCube to play Resident Evil. So, but I think I talked a little bit away from the point. The point being that when I watch other people make videos about, are you getting sleepy from my story, Ernst? You seem like you're sleepy now. Are you paying attention to Daddy's story? Back in the day? I'm telling about back in the day. Well, as I was saying, there's a lot of games in my childhood that I could not play for many reasons. Like on Super Nintendo, I didn't have the Super Nintendo, and I played like Zelda: A Link to the Past once. Again, borrowed from the console from my cousin, and he owned the game, so I played it, and I didn't finish the game. You know, I lost track. I stopped playing, and then I had to deliver the Super Nintendo back. So I never got to finish A Link to the Past then. And then I discovered a port. You know, Nintendo, don't listen to what I'm saying right now, but you could play Nintendo games on your PC. Ports or whatever, ROMs, I think they were called when I think about it, ROMs. And I again tried to play there. I remember like one of the ROMs had like something wrong with it, so like the beginning didn't have the rain animation and stuff like that, so I had to find another ROM which were better to get the rain, because that's actually kind of the things that really great about not Resident Evil, Zelda, is that the rain in the beginning, it's really puts you in the mood. It has like a somber feeling, the beginning of Zelda, and it's timeless. It's still, I think, most people playing it now would get the same feeling. It's not dated in any real sense. It still holds up. I think the NES Zelda, which I played but not owned, I think the original Zelda was is a little bit more dated, and the same with Link, the second one. But the third one is, I think that's the right time, the right amount of retro to be timeless, classic. And what was I talking about? Something about not owning consoles and stuff like that. The point is, I didn't own the Super Nintendo, I didn't own the Nintendo 64, I didn't own the PlayStation. I got a computer for school, and that computer could be used to play video games, and so I played some games there. And that's one of the reasons I hate PC gaming, is because back in the day when I owned not a gaming computer, but I have to make a note of it that those computers I bought were high-end back in the day. I had some nerdy friends that helped me get the right choices. I didn't own a laptop, to say it like that. I owned a stationery with all the right RAMs and motherboards and hard drives and all those things. I think I paid like $1,000, maybe $1,500 for a computer. So when I bought it new, it was pretty good. That's the point I'm saying. It was high end, but okay, I'm already like hearing the obnoxious nerd in my head right now telling me that, oh, that wasn't that good computer, a $1,500 computer in the '99 wasn't that good. Well, $100 to $1,000. Well, it was good enough for a working class child, okay? That's what I'm trying to say here. That's what I'm trying to say. For me, not being a rich brat, it was good. And you could play, like, when it was brand new, you could play the high-end games. That's what I'm trying to say. And, yeah. I'm talking away from the point again, and the point was simply this, that what was the point? I'm having brain freezes, all brain fog, I think they're called. I must have had COVID. I digress. The point is that it was a high-end computer, and when it was new, I could play basically all the games that was new. But then, that's it for a working class boy. You don't get a new computer for 5-10 years, right? You get that computer, and slowly but surely the computer got more and more dated, and games that were new, I could no longer play. And that turns me back to the game we're currently playing. That's the point of the story, is that this game here, most likely I could not play while it was new. That was the point of this long journey. That I probably saw it in stores, but I probably didn't have a good enough computer to play it, and so I didn't. And then I got a new computer later. I think I have in my child, teen, young adult life, I think I owned 3 computers. So over a course of 15 years, I had 3 computers, I guess. Am I exaggerating here? I had a Pentium 1, a Pentium 3, and I think a Pentium 4. I'm not sure. A Pentium 1, a Pentium 3. I think I had a Pentium 1 and a Pentium 3. Yeah, I think that's it. I had a Pentium 1 and a Pentium 3. 2 computers over a course of 15 years or so. or maybe even more. And this game probably came while I had the Pentium 1, and I doubt it could have been played on it. And let's say, for the sake of argument, that I actually could play this game, I couldn't afford it. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, let's just stop talking about my traumatic, poor childhood. Actually, it's good. It's good to be raised like that. If I have children, I'm probably gonna raise them like they're poor, even though if we may not be poor. They're gonna learn that things aren't dropping into your lap. They should learn that as a child, so they don't get into a lot of problems later on. If you treat your child like everything falls from the sky, you're gonna get a lazy boy like that. That one there doesn't know how much it costs for pellets or hay. He thinks it just comes from the skies. But I'm telling you, it doesn't. Daddy's working for that. You hear me? I'm working my behind off so you can get hay and pellets, and all you do is laze around. Moving on. So we're gonna create a new character here, and I don't know anything about this game, so I don't know what's a good build. What I usually do is I think like, who am I? Right? That's what I usually think, like, who am I? And make a character kinda like me. How strong am I? How intelligent am I? How charismatic am I? So I guess we're gonna go for like, how do I change? Okay, you use that one. So on charisma, we're probably gonna go 18, right? Don't you guys agree with me on that? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat. Do you agree with me on that? You think I'm charismatic 18? No. But let's pretend that I'm at least somewhat. You could say charisma is charm, but it's basically also like how socially awkward and how adept you are to human social cues, stuff like that. I think I'm somewhat a person of finesse, you know. I think so. So let's put 13 on that. I'm not the most healthiest person in the world, but I think I'm robust. Robust! I'm not the most intelligent person in the world, but you know, I think I hold my own. I think I could. I just put up this stream here. You know, you do need some intelligence for that, to learn what a stream key is, to learn what an OBS software is, you know. But you know, I'm not the one who's gonna make a quantum physics theory. I'm not gonna do that. I'm probably not gonna read a lot of books about that subject either. So let's say I'm a 12 there. If you agree with me, put it in the chat. Strength now. I think I'm average, and let's say average is 12. I could probably hit the gym. Yeah, I probably could hit the gym. Yeah, so let's say that. Wisdom, I do have some nuggets of, okay, sorry. Wisdom, I think I'm gonna go for 12 there too. And then dexterity, yeah, I have some balance there. Okay, we still have some points to share, so okay, let's go one more on charisma. Yeah, one more on constitution. One more on intelligence. You know, and the thing is, I've played Baldur's Gate and all those things. If you're really gonna do a game like this, the only attributes or only attributes, character points. You should only use character points on strength, dexterity, constitution. That's basically it. And if you're a wizard, you're probably gonna use some intelligence. And if you're a cleric, you probably should use some wisdom. You know, but it's not. I doubt that like the charisma is gonna matter or anything. Like I'm actually wasting points on it. Probably should do that then. I'm gonna put down the charisma and then I'm gonna add to strength and add to dexterity and add to constitution. Yeah. Cause I'm not gonna be a wizard. I'm probably gonna be a fighter, I think. I'm not even sure you can choose classes here. You probably can. I play this game blindly, of course. I'm playing this game blindly. I have no strategy or whatsoever. They say this is the most intelligent game out there, and yeah. So okay, since I'm not gonna be, I'm gonna go. One less on wisdom. One more on intelligence. One down there on dexterity, and then I don't know. Perhaps go back on charisma. I think there is a chance that, and there is a bunch of chat a bunch of chat text-based challenges here. So you know, yeah, I don't know. Don't you think this is the best stream out there? Are you really enjoying this stream? How long have you spent on this first screen on the game? Of course, I don't spend that much time in real life. If there was some character customization, which I don't think it is in this game, because you only play this one character here, I don't think you can customize him whatsoever, but I would probably spend a little bit more time then, but yeah. Okay, let's say we're done now. Because nobody in the chat has told me that I was wrong, right? Oh no, Andy, you're doing it all wrong! You are 18 in charisma, 18 in strength, 18 in everything! Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Yes. Well, let's move on. The bunny has moved on, so let's move on as well. Put on some volume again. Who are you? Who am I? How about you start? Who are you? Who are you? I don't know. I can't remember. I asked you first, Skull. Which one are we gonna choose? I'm not gonna wait for a chat to respond. I guess I'm going to say I don't remember. You can't remember your name? Well, next time you spend a night in this burg, go easy on the bub. Name's Mort. I'm trapped in here too. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the shan't. I tried all the doors and this room is locked tighter than a chastity belt. We're locked in? Where? What is this place? It's called the mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. The mortuary? What? Am I dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty though. Looks like some Burke painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place a laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Scars? How bad are they? Well, the carving on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back, Mort pauses. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Tattoos on my back? What do they say? I know you've... looks like you come with directions, Mort clears... Sorry. Looks like you come with directions. Mort clears his throat. Let's see. It starts with... I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among other possessions is a journal that'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farod can fill you in on the rest of the chant if it's not in the dead book already. Farod! Does it say something? Does it say anything else? Yeah, there's a bit more. Mort pauses. Let's see. It goes on. Don't lose the journal or we'll up the sticks again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, then find Farod. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for that journal, am I supposed to have it with me? Was there one with me while I was lying here? No. You were stripped up to the skins when you arrived. Science looks like you got enough of a journal penned on your body. What about Farod? Do you know him? Nobody I know. But then again, I don't know many people. Still, some Burks got to know where to find Farod. I don't know how you pronounce that name. It's Pharaoh, and then a D at the end. Farod. Oh, once we get out of here, that is. How do we get out of here? And actually, my reading of this is what I suspect he sounds like, but he looks like a corpse. He looks like a zombie. Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need a key. Chances are one of the working corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers are used dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they are harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. Is there some other way? I don't want to kill them just for a key. So I should attack one of these corpses and loot it for the key? Well, what do you think I should say? Has the chat any opinion? No? Okay. Well, then I'll go for... let's see. I'll go for... I don't want to kill somebody for the key. What you think is going to hurt what you think is going to hurt their feelings? One more time. Let's pretend I'm doing the voiceover for this game. And I get paid for this. What? You think it's going to hurt their feelings? They're dead! But if you want a bright side of this, if you kill them, at least they'll have a rest before their keepers raise them up to work again. Well, alright. I'll take one of them down and get the key. Yay! We're gonna learn the combat system! Well, before you do that, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Note, search the shelves in the room for a weapon to attack the zombies with. When you find one, press right trigger and select inventory. Arm yourself by highlighting the weapon, pressing A, and moving it to the weapon slot. If you wish to examine any items you find, highlight them in the inventory screen and press X. Alright, I'll look for one. Alright, I'll look for one. One last thing, those corpses, there was a lot of reading here. And that's one of the things with Baldur's Gate and all these games I bought, a lot of reading. Not only do you have to read like the dialogues and the dialogue options, all those things, you also have like lore, like you find books and stuff you can read. And I have to admit that when you have to read the dialogue, I'm not really interested in reading those books as well. So the lore of Baldur's Gate, I couldn't be bothered with. I read some of the books, but you know, it's... yeah. And I think, like, as I've said, I was into Dungeons & Dragons, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition, AD&D. And... I am familiar with Forgotten Realms, which is the Baldur's Gate games, and also that other game. Let me see, what was it called? Icewind Dale. I think that's also placed in the Forgotten Realms. And I also know about Planscape, but I never actually played any of those two campaigns. They were, let's take a look back at the bunny. I think it's still away. Yeah, it's still away. I can actually turn the camera a bit to see if... Hey! Hello? What was I talking about? No! You should be in the camera, boy! You should be in the camera. Yeah, I played the Mistar setting, for those who know that. I own that one. I bought... no! No! I played the Mistar setting, which I owned. I owned the Karamikos and the Glantry setting. and some adventures and stuff like that. And then some other fellow nerd in my proximity had Dragonlance and Ravenloft. And the Forgotten Realms and Planscape I only know because... one moment. I only know because they were a part of the book covering as an advertisement for other products in Dungeons and Dragons. In other Dungeons and Dragons, Ernst, you shouldn't buy it on plastic. It's not good for you. Stop that. Stop that. I'll give you some pellets. Yeah, I'm gonna stop playing soon, okay, Ernst? Okay? I'm gonna quit soon, okay? I'm just gonna go down memory lane a little bit more and then I'm gonna finish it, okay? Okay. So as I was saying, the Player's Handbook and Dungeon Master's Guide and all those had like in the cover they had like ads for those campaigns, and so I learned of Forgotten Realms there and Planscape as well. I have like a feeling I know somewhat more, but don't ask me why. I think it may have been afterwards online. Or someone described the Planescape setting for me, which basically is like, if I understood it correctly, the Dungeons and Dragons multiverse setting, if you like. It does seem like it's a multiverse setting where it's this hub that connects all those other worlds for the Forgotten Realms setting and the Mystara setting and the Dragonland setting. Did I say that? Ravenloft, Alcodim, all those settings that you may or may not have heard of were connected in this hub, which was Planescape, which was like a little bit more surreal setting, campaign setting, where you're like, it wasn't normal Dungeon and Dragon setting, slightly more. Again, I've never played it. This is how I understood it. So okay, let's play a little bit more while Ernst eats up his snacks, and hopefully he will not go back to gnawing on the casing. Okay, let's play a little bit more. One last thing, those corpses are as slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like being kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. Note, your movement speed is based on how far you push left stick in any direction. If you are in danger of dying, use running to keep your distance from the zombies while you recover. Alright, thanks for the advice. Nameless one, continue. Okay.
Alright.
This door is locked. Okay, that's the door they were talking about. Those barrels contain a murky liquid. It smells like a cross between vinegar and formaldehyde. Okay. Scalpel. Okay. I kind of expected this game to be just as Baldur's Gate. Hopefully I am not wrong about that. The interface here is not exactly the same, but intuitively it's kind of the same. What's eyeball? What's that? This is your eye. It looks like it's seen better days. Okay. Tattoo. I have no idea what's going on here, but yeah. We'll figure it out as we... Is that my... Is that headless thing? No. Head... An ally on me or something? Looks like it. Alright, you found the scalpel. Now go to these corpses and don't worry, I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. Maybe you could help me, Mort. I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. I meant help in attacking the corpse. When I attack this corpse, you better be right there with me. Okay. Me? I'm a romantic, not a soldier. I just get in the way. When I attack this corpse, you better be right there with me, or you'll be the next thing that I plunge this scalpel in. Alright then. I think I'm gonna go for alright then. What do you think, Bunny? No? Okay. Are you paying attention? Are you? I don't know. Am I playing a character that is aggressive or a diplomat? Well, usually I'm the first playthrough of any game, RPG, I play with the moral choices I would have done in real life. So what do you think? Would I be aggressive or would I be pleasant? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, now the time for the thinking pause is over. You better have locked in your answer. I am of course going for the aggressive one. No, I'm joking. All right then. Time to introduce these corpses. Oh, look at that. Look at that! Oh. He is so calm. Cuddling up on his shelf. Oh. So cute. Okay. Time to introduce these corpses to the second death, then. Note, you can attack by selecting a weapon from the left trigger menu. Let's go! Actually, said rightly for the character. Said correctly according to my character would be, let's go! Zombie worker, okay. Let's attack that one. What? Attack this guy. What's going on? You can talk to him? This shambling corpse looks like it has been dead for several years. The skin along its forehead has peeled back, revealing its chalk white skull. Someone has chiseled the number 569 into the exposed bone. And then I get a talking option here. I guess he will not reply, but okay. I'm looking for a key. Do you happen to have one? Examine the corpse. See if it's carrying a key. It was great talking to you. Leave the corpse in peace. Examine the corpse, see if it's carrying a key. The corpse doesn't appear to be carrying a key. And it doesn't look like it would be able to use one if it did. Its fingers are broken as if someone smashed them with a hammer. You do happen to notice that its left shoulder is heavily bandaged. The bandages might be usable if the corpse was disposed at first. Guess you don't have it. If you don't happen to know which of your other corpse friends has the key on its place. It was great talking to you. Farewell. Leave the corpse in peace. I'll ask him the question, but I will expect no reply. Chief, they can't hear you, alright? They're dead. But you're dead, and you're talking to me? Yeah, but I'm special. Death couldn't kill my zestful life. These corpses here, Mort rolls his eyes, they probably didn't have much personality to begin with. I see. Look, Chief, watching you trying to swap the chant with these corpses isn't doing much for my morale. Let's leave the corpse talk for the bar, miss? Alright? Alright then, let's go. Examine the corpse, see if it's carrying a key. The corpse is carrying nothing, but you happen to notice his hands are heavily bandaged. The bandages may be usable if the corpse was disposed at first. Leave the corpse in peace. I'm not gonna desecrate corpses. This corpse stops and stares blankly at you as you approach. The number 782 is carved into his forehead and his lips have been stitched closed. The faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. Examine the corpse, see if it's carrying a key. This corpse looks like the one with the key. He's holding it tightly in his left hand, its thumb and forefingers locked around in a death grip. It looks like you need to hack the corpse's hands off to free the key. Ernst, this is not for you. Close your ears, close your bunny ears. This is too grotesque for you. You're not old enough for this. Okay. Continue. Okay. Select action. Movies. How do you attack here? Action. That's talking, okay? I probably should have paid attention. Combat log. No. Here we go. Attack scalpel. Okay. There we go. Oh, battle! Look at the action battle! Oh my! Ooh. Did I get her at all? Let's have a look. No. Good.
All right.
Preparation room key. Okay. How do I move? Drive mode? Okay. I get it. Let's explore the area. Looks like someone is in the midst of dissecting the corpse, okay? What's this? This device looks like some sort of sewing machine. Arms with book hooks, tubes, and metallic threads hang from it. Okay. Nothing else here? I guess not. What's this? What's this? I think this would be easier with a mouse, but okay. Can you do something or not? I'm free! Okay, I guess not. Oh. Psst! Some advice, Chief. I'll keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary, especially the femmes. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. I don't think you mentioned it before. Who are these caretakers? They call themselves the Dustmen. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an adult bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. They believe everything should die sooner better than later. I'm confused. Why do these Dustmen care if I escape? Weren't you listening? I said the Dusters believe everybody's got to die. Sooner, better than later. You think the corpses you've seen are happier than in the dead book than out of it? The corpses I've seen here, where did they all come from? Death visits the places every day, Chief. These shambles are all that's left of the poor souls, sods, who sold their bodies to the caretakers after their deaths. Enlighten me. Who are these caretakers? Didn't I actually already ask that? Before you said something about making sure I didn't kill any female corpses? Why? What? Are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead shits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys. No lobbing their limbs off, things like that. Last chance? What are you talking about? Chief, they're dead. We're dead. See where I'm going? No. No, I don't actually. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We all died at least with at least once. We'll have something to talk about. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, all right. You might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. Mort starts clacking his teeth. As if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with them first, and that's not likely. Who are these caretakers again? Actually, that would be in line with the character I would be playing, because I obviously have a brain that's groggy, but I'm not gonna do it. But where did all the corpses come from? Okay. Death visits the plains every day. So Death is a character in this universe. Death visits the plains every day. Chief, these shamblers are all that's left of the poor souls who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Okay. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Look, Chief, it's obvious that you're still... Are you winking at me? Are you winking at me? Oh. Look, Chief, it's obvious you're still a little addled after your kiss with death. So I got 2 bits of advice for you. 1, if you got questions, ask me, alright? Note, to speak with a party member, press left trigger and select talk. Then select the party member you wish to speak to. Alright, if I have any questions, I'll ask you. Second, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Whenever you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. If I had that journal I was supposed to have with me, I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright, it couldn't hurt. I'll make a new one then. Use it to keep track of your movements. If you ever start to get cloudy on important things like who you are, or more importantly, who I am, use it to refresh your memory. Note, you can access the journal from the Action Radical menu. Your journal will automatically be updated throughout the game. Alright, I got it. Let's go!
Updated my journal.
Well, wasn't that fun, boys and girls? Now we played some Planscape Torment. And most likely this will be the first and last one I do. But it was fun, like talking about Dungeons and Dragons, you know, and how fun it is to play. As I said, I was an avid nerd back in the day, so I've had plenty of Dungeons and Dragons stuff. But the intention was for me to be a dungeon master. But as it turns out, I wasn't very good at it. I self-diagnosed with ADHD, I don't know. But as a child, I had like my mind all over the place. I still do. But I don't think I was a very good dungeon master. A friend of mine told me like back as a memory from that. What happened usually was that I had like an adventure, usually spontaneous, you know, I didn't have anything written down, we were just playing and I made stuff up as we went along, and usually this would end up in some kind of thief camp or something like that, and they were a tactic thief camp, and then they would win because I was not and that's one of the things I actually thought would be funny if the difficulties of the Dungeons and Dragons games should have been a good dungeon master, cruel dungeon master. As it is in Baldur's Gate, it is the difficulties are like story mode, easy, normal, I think, and then core rules, which basically is like the core rules of Dungeons and Dragons, which it would seem are quite difficult because I find core rules difficulty pretty difficult, especially at the boss battles towards the end of the game. It is basically impossible to finish it, if you ask me. then I thought it would have been more fun if it were like easy, no, good dungeon master, no, not good, jovial dungeon master or pleasant dungeon master, whatever, some word like that. We toss the ball around, right? We're having you can write it in the chat, you can write it in the comment section below, but good dungeon master, cruel dungeon master, insane dungeon master, right? So the difficulty will be based on like who you envisioned would be the dungeon master in the game. But I digress. The point is, I was relatively. I can't remember that any of the characters. When a character reached 0 HP, they would not die in my play. Because I think that's sad, especially if you have like just started playing and you die instantly. Like if you play a wizard with 4 HP max or 1 HP, you can have 1 HP. You could die instantly from anything. If I was insane dungeon master, you step on a twig and fall and break your neck. With 1 HP, you could die anytime. So of course I didn't play like that. So usually they would succeed. And also, since I probably had some kind of neurodivergent disorder, undiagnosed, I like to say, yo, you found lots of gold and lots of diamonds, whatever. And then I usually would get bored. And so I say, and now you're getting tired and you really need to get to bed. And then my friend say, no, I don't want to get to bed. Yes, you should get to bed. You're really tired and you have no choice. And then it happened every time that I said, and you wake up and everything you found was stolen. The person I was talking about actually said that was a common thing that happened when I was a dungeon master. But I was a child, and then I got older, and I guess I kind of I wanted to get back into it, but when the 3rd edition comes, that's the story of my life. Every time a new edition comes out, I'm not jumping on it. I was even late on the Xbox One, but I was plenty serious. I really don't like new consoles. I don't like new stuff. I'm really skeptical to it. It always seems unnecessary. Like for instance, I have now the Xbox Series X, which should be the coup de grace or whatever you want to call it, the best type of console. But I'm basically playing games from the 90s, right? And on my PC. I'm playing retro games, so of course my PC isn't cutting edge, but if you have a look at my Steam account, you basically will see that everything I own is retro. Like I actually have Baldur's Gate on Steam too. I think I bought it before it came out on Xbox. And then I Bobsy 2 for Carmageddon 2, Max Pack, Carmageddon. I have a game called which I think the game I played the most, or Curse of Monkey Island. But I also bought another game that I want to finish. It's called Silver, which was a game I remember from my youth. Let's see if I can put it on screen. I guess I can put it here. One moment. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Can I? Yeah. Here's the Steam. Here's the Steam page for it. Silver. I'm playing that. And all of the Carmageddon games I played a little bit. Last played August 14th, 2002. No, 2022, sorry. And I played for 10 hours. That's quite a lot for console, no, PC game, because I rarely play it. And then I played Baldur's Gate original. And then I have Fallout. Let's see what the games that are actually kind of new, or quote unquote new. Let's see if relatively new, I think I call it. I guess Carmageddon Recarnation is kind of new. That's not new at all. Max Damage, I guess it's kind of new too, because they are the same. And then I have Skyline, City Skyline. I played it for 20 minutes. Why did I buy it? And then I bought this one. If you paid any attention to my my channel, you know I am a Resident Evil fan. So okay, it disappears when I lock it. Or has it been dark? No, okay. Yeah, as I said, I played this one for a very short time. How long have I been playing it? Let's see. 5 hours actually. That's more than I would have expected. Yeah, so these are basically the new games I own. But I didn't have like a game. I think I had like a game that I bought because I knew the guy. Oh yeah, okay. This is in another category: Norwegian and games I support. Actually written in Norwegian though, but so because I'm a Norwegian, I buy sometimes games that are made by Norwegian people because I want to support Norwegian art and culture. So yeah. What was I talking about? Ethan Meter Hunter. I actually somehow I knew one of the guys who played this game, made this game. So I bought it in out of respect for him, and I wanted to support him. The Park again is a Norwegian game, and I think Thomas Was Alone was a Norwegian created game. I guess. I don't know. And as you can see, I haven't even played this one. I haven't played this one, and I haven't played. I think I played it for 11 minutes, and I realized it's not controller compatible or something like that. And I said, no, I'm not gonna play it then. This game I played for 2.5 hours, and I think I enjoyed this one a bit. To be honest with you, I don't know why I didn't play it more. But I think this one was kind of good. But I digress. The point I'm trying to make, boys and girls, is that I play old games. I prefer those, and there's more than one reason for that. And one of the reasons is that you know, I don't want to talk about that woke thing because it's everybody's talking about it, and although I agree with them, I think most sane people agree with me on that. I feel like the word is so overused, the terminology is so overused that it's boring, it's tedious. It feels like you've heard it 100 times before. It's a cliched, overused word. So, but then that is one of the reasons why I'm not playing a lot of new games. I remember like I played Fallout 76. And people hated it, but I bought it on sale. So I thought like, sure, why not? It can't be that bad. And to be honest with you, I think it's that bad, or was that bad. It has been better throughout the updates. Originally it felt really dead, but now after a while it feels more whole or alive. Back then it felt more it felt so dead. And but what happened is like they had a lot of updates and they enhance the story somewhat. And but what I started to notice at some point is that all of them what's it called, the groups, in our RPG you can play with different coalitions, or they have a word for it. I can't remember it in passing, but different groups, Brotherhood of Steel, different groups, the Enclave, the Raiders, not the Raiders, but it was like some for the first responders, some different types of groups, and then you in all of those groups you have stories, and then at some point I noticed that they all had female leaders, and it didn't annoy me at first because I didn't even notice it, but then I started to notice it, and it was like, everyone. Like, you're not sending the message that women are just as good as men. You're basically saying that all women should be leaders, or all positions of power should be to females. That's not equality. And I know that's a cliche. We all know that feminism is not about equality. It's about power, readjustment of power, which was very clear in Fallout 76. And so there's like in Brotherhood of Steel, you have like this storyline where you have this female in charge, and then the other character, I don't know, remember that character's name, but he was questioning the woman in power, the woman in charge, and actually they, to all respect to Bethesda, they actually did make a story where the female in charge did some questionable things, and so you, throughout that campaign or storyline, you could do some moral choices, and one of them was who were to be in charge, and so I chose the man, and then something more happened. What I'm saying is that I started to ally with the man. I'm not saying I at this point in the story you couldn't actually make that choice who would be the leader of this chapter of Brotherhood of Steel, but I started to ally with him, and all of that chapter, all of the missions I did were in an alliance with him. And what I slowly started to discover is how clearly the game did not want me to do that. That was one of the things that fascinated me, was that in the beginning it was really about I lost my train of thought again. One moment. In the beginning, it was unclear which one would be the right leader, but I've really felt towards the end, when you really got to that part where you could make a choice between the man or the female was clearly the better choice, even though they had made some gray areas. Towards the end, when you really got to choose between the man and the woman, she were, if you ask me, the best choice. I can't remember why, but still, I chose the man. Why? Because every other chapter or every other alliance or group in that game was female, and I was tired of it. Oh, is that funny? Is that funny, boys and girls? Yes, but yeah. What I'm trying to say is that I prefer old games. Oh yeah, that can actually remind me. One more. I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna turn over to Baldur's Gate. We're not gonna play it though. I'm just gonna start it for a visual representation of what I'm talking about. So I save it now. probably not gonna play Torment for a while. I'm gonna get back to it, but I'm not gonna play it for a while. I'm probably gonna finish Baldur's Gate first. Okay, let's see. Yeah, here we go. This is Baldur's Gate. Is there any audio here? Yes, but I turn it down. You really look cranky now. Yes, Daddy soon's gonna let you go. You're gonna get some freedom soon, okay? Ernst, du kommer til å få frihet snart. Bare slapp av nå. Ja da. Bare litt til, så skal pappa slippe deg fri. Ja da. Okay, so this is Baldur's Gate. And Baldur's Gate is an old game. Let's do some quick research of how old the game actually is. One moment. Baldur's Gate. Every time I write Baldur's Gate, it always thinks I want Baldur's Gate 3. But I want the original game. The first game came out in 1998. Yes, 1998. Yes. And there is a DLC here, Siege of Dragonspear. One moment, I'm gonna put it on screen here so you can see what I'm talking about. Here we go. Point of reference here. My web camera is in the way, but here is the Baldur's Gate on the Wikipedia page. Let's see if I can make some sense of it. Okay, so you have Siege of Dragonspear, which was on the screen right just a moment ago. It came out in 2016, and that was at the beginning of what we now call wokeism, right? And they had people started to point out that like there was this trans character, and this trans character. Again, you couldn't even notice it at the, or you could actually, because I it wasn't that clear. That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't that clear. It wasn't too woke. It was just in the lower end of what I would call woke. So I played through the entire thing, and there wasn't that much wokeism. But it was like this one character that was trans. And you did a mission for this character, and he said he wanted to be a woman or something like that, and so he changed his name and blah blah blah. I made a video about it on my channel. If you look at my channel, you'll see that I put it in a short video where I say I roleplayed as a transphobe. That's the video. You'll find it on my channel, and that's one thing, and that was the thing that everybody was talking about. But what I remember was that I found it also, like with Fallout 76, I noticed that all of the characters almost were female. All the generals, and especially all of the good generals, because there were bad generals there who were cowards and all those things. Those were male, but the good leaders and the good people in charge were always female. I'm not gonna do it. It's not black and white, but mostly female. All of the NPCs you talk to were female, and again, I didn't notice it in the start, but after a while, you saw the pattern, and it makes no sense to me in a middle-aged setting to have that many females in charge, and it's not a feminism thing. It's like, but it feels forced. That is the main problem I have with all these things. Like, you really have to suspend your disbelief very much to accept a modern gender thing in the. And you also have to remember that it's not only that it is a middle age setting, but it's also a time of strife, like in Fallout 76. It's a time of strife, and usually, I think most honest people and scientists would agree with me that if you have a time of strife, we would usually go back to normal gender roles. Women at home, men outside. The women will lose their need to prove themselves when you die constantly. If there's a war on, suddenly all females become pacifists and want to go back into the kitchen. Not written in black and white, not always like this, but often it's like this. And again, Baldur's Gate, or the Forgotten Realms, is supposed to be a setting where you're in the Middle Ages and there are constant strifes. And so, logically, or honestly, let's use that instead. Honestly, there will not be that many females in charge everywhere. I'm not saying no one, especially in a fantasy setting. Of course, you would accept some because it's fantasy, it's fun, and females should get to enjoy it as well. But like, you would give the female a more effeminate role, like thief or wizard, right? Not warrior. But then you have characters like Red Sonja, but again, Red Sonja in Conan is one female in like 100 women characters, right? And you have Amazons, Wonder Woman with Amazon. It's not like it's not no women allowed. It's just the amount of it, And in Siege of Dragonspear was plenty of them, and same with Fallout 76. And I just I don't know. I prefer so. This game is like the only modern part of the game of Baldur's Gate is Siege of Dragonspear. The rest is from 1999 and 2001, I would guess. As for Planescape, let's have a look at that. How old is that? Planescape. Let's write Planescape here. Planescape. Torment, 1999. So they were all basically made at the same time. Let's put it on screen for point of reference for anybody watching. Yes. Here we go. Planescape Tournament. Is a role-playing video game developed by Black Isle Studio, published by Interplay Entertainment. In the multiverse of Planescape. Yeah, I can look at that one too. Let's see if I were correct. It crosses numerous planes of existence, encompassing an entire cosmology called the Great Wheel. I think it's basically like the multiverse in Dungeons & Dragons. It was second edition, yes. I remember, I think it was mentioned shortly a little bit about it in the Dungeon Master Guide. I think that's why I knew of the settings function. Like, they were mentioning in the Dungeon Master Guide something along like, there is this, outside of your campaign, you could have like hell and heaven, and you could also have like a multiverse, and all the other campaigns could be blah blah blah. There was something, and then they mentioned as explored in the Planscape setting. So they snuck in some advertisement for that campaign. So I usually play old games. That's what I'm trying to say. I let's see my game snaps. Like I think you will see like I buy a lot of old games. Like I have Quake 1 and 2. Let me just adjust the screen a little bit just in case. So here we go. There's not all just old games, but you have Quake 1 and 2, and then I have Diablo 2, right? That's an old game. Baldur's Gate, Broken Sword. I guess it's not an old game, but the series is kind of old. And then I have Disney Afternoon Special, Dead Rising. Not really old, but it's like an Xbox 360 game at least. Dragon Slayer Trilogy. That's like an old game. I never played that one in the. Some of the games in the Disney Afternoon Special I actually played as a child. DuckTales, Chip and Dale. I even think Spin City or whatever it's called, that Baloo air flying game. But I only owned DuckTales, the first DuckTales, but my neighbor had Chip and Dales, and I'm pretty sure someone had DuckTales and that Spin game too. That's what we did back in the day. We shared each other the games. We came over to each other to try our different games, stuff like that. Moving on, the Dragon Slayer games I never owned, and there were no arcades around where I live. But it came about sometimes. Yeah. Moving on, then I have. Final Fantasy. Never had any real connection to Final Fantasy. First off, it's really like this is like a PlayStation, and I never liked PlayStation. I never usually liked the games that came on PlayStation and Final Fantasy. Although the first one came on the NES, I associate that franchise with PlayStation. Never played it, but I thought that was the best one, so I wanted to try it. So I knew what it was about. I haven't played a lot of JRPGs, and as a person who like to be cultivated, I like to understand what different types of art and games are. I wanted to try it to learn what it was. As it turns out, I think I got confused. I think it's another one that it's the best one of Final Fantasy. It's something with someone dying. I don't know. But yeah, let's move on. I also have Mega Man Collection 1 and 2 and Mega Man X Collection 1 and 2. Again, old games. Which I grew up with, but it's not. I'm not all that nostalgic for it, or to be honest with you, I wish I was. But I found playing those games were painful. I have to admit, I feel like Mega Man is a really. I have to adjust the screen again. Sorry about that. I was spontaneously. Let's see here. Yeah. I played like the very first game. I really enjoy it on a nostalgic level, but I feel it really is painful to play. Let's just see how. Let's see. How did I go to the load game? Yeah, load. Okay, here I am. I actually learned how to cheat in this, I think. See how good I am, huh? But wasn't it like a cheat here? What was I learned about the cheat? something or how you could like make it last forever, like something along those lines. But okay, as you see, I'm dying. I'm really rusty, to put it like that. I'm really rusty in this game. And now the new versions of Mega Man, you can actually rewind, as you see I'm doing here. Which gives you the chance of I think it was like something you could do here that made it go faster. I can't remember what you did. There was a cheat here, I learned. Oh, okay. You saw the bunny, didn't you? Okay, my bad. Let's try again. I probably should buy hire a producer, which would then avoid me making these problems here. Okay, let's try again. There's a sheet according to someone. I don't remember what it was, but it was something you could do. So let's see. Was it like... No. Wasn't it something like that? You could do something and then it would do more damage. But you know, basically I have to do this over and over again. And you could avoid, you could rewind. Like I do now. But it doesn't make it that much easier. But once I could do this, I had this skill, because that's the one of the problems. You have to work on a skill. You have to work on a skill. There's a skill here, a rhythm to it, which I am too old to care to learn, right? So yeah, I don't have that same nostalgia. I just find them painful to play now. As you can see, I'm really suffering. It's a rhythm here and I have no idea. And the rewind isn't actually helping that much, it's just an annoyance. But back in the day, I was really skilled at it. When I was 8 or something, I really learned the rhythm. I had this skill where you can... Let's just rewind it one more time. Let's try to pretend that I had this skill. I will do like this and this and... Oh. But you could rewind. I think actually rewinding ruins the momentum or whatever. You can only rewind when you misspell and you have to rewind all the way, I think. That's the smart thing. Just need not be insecure. Just never be insecure. Okay? No? Okay. I really suck. That's the thing. What's this? What's this? What happened? I have no idea what happened. What was that? I used a power up or something. I don't know what that was. Yeah. So, point is that I play retro games. That was the main point. I don't need an Xbox Series X to play these types of games. They are obviously... But that's one of the funny things, is that some of these games, old as they are, for some reason, they choose to be Series X update one moment. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. But they still make these games. Xbox now, Xbox Series S updated, and I really find that annoying because there's like this hard drive solutioning. You probably don't care about this if you don't own an Xbox, but you really have like a SSD drive, and it's really tedious. Like all these games you see here are Xbox Series X optimized. And that's fine for brand new games. I would kind of expect it to be optimized for that. But some of these games are Xbox One games, like Quake. Quake is a game from 19... I probably should know how old that is. One, I'll do some research. Quake. Is it from the 90s? I think it is from the 90s. 1990 film. Quake engine, Quake video game, 1996. This first game came in 1996, and yet they have Series X optimized it, which would mean that if I were to play this game, I need it to be stored on an SSD drive, right? And that SSD drive has a limited storage. And so I would prefer that game then to be not optimized, so I could put it on a normal hard drive outside of the main game, which I can do with other games. These games under here, Xbox One games, I can actually play on an external hard drive, so it doesn't eat all that storage space. Whereas these games, I either have to uninstall or move over to an external hard drive, but cannot play it. Like this one, I actually put it on. One moment, I'll adjust the screen so you can read it. Not that you care that much, but this game cannot be played from external storage. To play a Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, you will transfer it to storage expansion card or the console internal storage. Which, of course, everybody knows is because Microsoft want to sell me this external SSD drives that cost like $300, $400, right? I'm not gonna buy that, so I basically have to live in pain, right? Either uninstall them, like do constant, like which games is it most likely I'm going to play soon, right? And so House of Ashes I'm not gonna play, Little Hope I expect to play, Dark Picture Anthology I don't know why, I finished that one, but okay. Doom Eternal I'm not gonna play for a while, it seems. I have to prepare and plan, because it's really tedious. Because okay, so if I want to play Jedi Fallen Order now, of course I have to delete one of the other games or export it to my external hard drive, and that's tedious, right? So I would much prefer that games that were not necessary to be optimized, that's the point, like Quake, you could actually choose them not to be optimized. Or Far Cry, I play that on Xbox One. Why can I not make a choice to not have it optimized? That if I transported it to that external hard drive, then it would be playing like an Xbox One quality game. But no, that's not how they choose to do it. So, and it's also ridiculous that these games that are from the 1990s, and this game that's also from the 1990s but has some sort of slight enhancement to the very, very slight enhancement to the graphics. You have a look. It does not demand it to be Xbox Series 1 optimized. if you ask me. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this font, the burning font. Of course it needs to be an Xbox Series X optimization to get that crazy font. Oh, look at the HD font. Oh, you really need a Series X exclusive, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at that! The light flows so good. Oh, look at this graphic. Oh, we really need an optimization for this one. Actually, what's weird is I actually think the graphics is slightly better than I remember it to be. Have they done something to it? Or was it always this good? Or is it my new glasses that make it so much clearer? So sometimes I do like updates, and I can swear that they look better afterwards. So it could be like that the original, the movement and all that. Yeah. Okay, maybe I remember it as being worse. I guess I could understand that these graphics are actually. I could have sworn them. Weird. I don't actually remember the graphics being this good. Now, how did I... you could like make it retro, no, the old graphics, let's see. How to get the old graphics Diablo 2. How to swap. Left trigger plus view. Ah, that's how it looked like in the olden days. How about that? I never played this game either. I have this vague recollection or memory that I tried or saw someone play the original Diablo, but I don't know who it was. I thought it was my cousin, and I spoke to him about it, but he said he had no recollection of actually playing that game, so it couldn't have been him. I had this memory like someone saying that, oh, Diablo 1 is so good because you could actually like every dungeon does changes or something. This is the original Diablo. Something along those lines that you could, every time you played it, the dungeons changed or something. But it could have been another game, Dungeon Keeper. I don't remember. So that's how you change the graphics. But I can't. It's been ages since I played, but I cannot remember it was actually the graphics was this good. That's weird. I kind of remember it being closer to the original. Like it's basically the same graphics, but just upscaled or something. Weird. How the mind works sometimes. Okay. So, okay, but I think it's time to finish it off now. It was a great stream we had. Bonnie really enjoyed it. That's very clear over there. But we talked a little bit about our stuff. And of course, if you didn't catch it live, you can of course comment below anyway. And I will probably read it. And if it's not too hateful and spiteful and filled with bile, I may even reply to you. Or at least add a like and a heart. So, you know, go right ahead, watch this stream, and from start to finish, and rate, subscribe, and comment for more NDA streams. Probably in half a year